Are you a big Friends fan?
No.
I don't know where I saw this, that you and another wrestler were talking Friends, the TV series. But anyway.
I think it was, I think it's a good TV show.
No, I read that you were a mark for it. So
no,
it's
I
clearly not
actually,
good.
I don't know if I could, I don't even know if I could tell you what, let me think. I know there's Chandler.
Yeah.
There's, I don't even know what, Ross,
Ross, very good.
Joey,
Very good.
then Rachel,
Yes.
Phoebe, and Monica.
Okay, so hand the man card over immediately, please. That was in one shot. You got every character. No denying. Friends was a good show for what it was. At the time, it was. Well-written characters, once they got fleshed out, great, unique characters. Everyone's got a little one of each of those characters.
You know, I want to say something to each and every one of those characters, but I'm going to do it as Anthony Hopkins in Legends of the Fall after he had his stroke. Okay.
Okay.
Fucking!
That's when Brad Pitt comes back and they decide to have a drink, and he's going to have they're going to start the bootlegging, which will eventually cause Brad Pitt, his wife, by an errant machine gun fire, or actually Tommy gun. I would want to be corrected by the
it will
NRA.
happen, so get it right.
Yeah.
This
with a varmint round.
There's a varmint round. There's no limit to your impressions, by the way. Anyone
I go deep. You know,
it's good. And if we could add like a handicap to each week, because I see that's the direction we're heading now. We had the stroke this week. We'll see next week if we maybe Terry Fox with the leg.
we brought up Billy Squier and talked about the stroke, which put me on that whole thing. Sooner or later, there's got to be a payoff to that fucking Billy Squier thing. So that was it. That was the stroke right there.
Somebody suggested an even more troubling dance by a rock legend would maybe be to bring up silently, but just watch the Mick Jagger and David Bowie duet of Dancing in the Street. I guess there's some interesting dancing in the street with those two. But the reason I brought up Friends was I saw a news item that Marta Kaufman, the creator of the show, one of the creators of the show, after pledging a $4 million donation to Brandeis University over her guilt about the lack of racial diversity on the show, she then went on to say that she made a mistake in now Chandler's father, brilliantly played by Kathleen Turner with the deep voice, because the father is in a drag show. But now she said it was a mistake to refer to the transgender character as the father. But that was the father. He was in a drag show. I'm getting very confused. I have a lot of discussions with my 16-year-old daughter who thinks that I'm a barbarian for not understanding a lot of the pronoun gender. I'm trying, but she doesn't understand when you're 49, you know, you lived a little differently prior to this time. And so Mia and I have passionate discussions about this. Now, if it's a man, if it's a man, can I say man? If it's a male, born a male, fathers a child, but it dresses as a woman. It used to be called cross-dressing. I think that's now no longer acceptable, but dresses as a woman in a drag show. Is this not still the father?
They would prefer to be called they or them.
Even if they're not. I thought it was that he was in the drag show. I didn't know that he was. Okay, so even if he's identifying and we call him them, because he planted the sperm, isn't he still the father? She says in this article it's a mistake to refer to the father as father, but it was the father. He was the father.
Right.
He fathered the child.
Let's go. I think we're better off going back to the fucking navel.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. Why? You think this is going to be too controversial?
No, I don't know. It's just What is Caitlyn Jenner?
Well, that's the full Monty now. Now she has
Right.
committed to the
Right.
listen. When you get out the meat cleaver and you switch it up down there and put and change the parts. I mean, it's undeniably you would have to call her a she at that point. But I'm just saying, if Bob Nash decided he was going to start a drag show and go in a dress, there's a visual for you, and wear a dress, he's still your father because he was the father of the baby Kevin. Am I wrong? I'm insensitive.
I mean,
I'm canceled.
I would still consider him my father. Unless he sat me
Right.
down and he wanted me and he preferred me to address him in another fashion that he felt more comfortable with, then I would do that.
Yeah. But father's more than just the sociological raising of the kid. It is dropping the sperm in there. But I have to
Right.
rewatch the show. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he didn't inseminate the mother. I don't. I have to.
Yeah, I think that what she's trying to do is she's trying to back out of a fucking poorly written, very confusing fucking character.
I guess.
That's what she's doing. I mean, and it didn't stand the test of time. Therefore, now she's coming back and trying to cover her tracks. And I say, shame on you. What I actually say is,
Fuck you! Fuck you!
I see it. That has been isolated and made a GIF and a meme already, and it's for sale somewhere.
Yeah.
An NFT, perhaps. How's that going?
Ah.
How are your NFTs going? We good?
I just spent fucking $3 million on some of the metaverse because I was told that it was not infinite, that it would be fucking restricted.
Dropped a few mil on a fucking block animated monkey head wearing a hat. Jesus Christmas.
Looks like fucking Bob Denver.
I'm making myself more irrelevant every week. I understand less and less. This is what getting old is, right? You complain about everything.
You know
have
what?
a hard time with everything.
When you grow up and to Leave It to Beaver and My Three Sons, I'm sorry, man. Like that's a fucking. I'm not gonna grab a frisbee and go play fucking golf in the fucking park. I'm sorry. It's not gonna do it. No, I ain't doing that. Fuck that. It's not that important to me. I'll go sign 8x10s.
Yeah, that's it's even the audition process has become just such a
Yeah.
rough, debilitating road now because now part of it is up to the technical savvy of the person auditioning, and that
Oh.
shouldn't be